Hello, my fine friends. You join me here at the in the Oval Office. I've been actually booked. It's not the inauguration entertainment, but the Boxing Day kind of. They keep the entertainment going. Joe Biden, big fan of the podcast often, and the live stream often in the chat room. Doesn't go by the name Joe Biden. I can't give you any more information than that. And did ask me just if I could fly over. Said he got me COVID exemption, fly over to America, present this from the Oval Office. The stench is still here, but they're fumigating, and it should be getting out okay. It's not a swastika t-shirt, it's a Rick and Morty t-shirt. I am a fucking garden genius. There's a rude word there. Welcome to episode 26 of Twitch of Fun. It's my sideways look at the news, but I didn't anticipate it going on this long. That is literally half a year, isn't it? 26 weeks. I mean, there's been a couple of weeks off, so we've been actually going longer than 6 months, but we've done 6 months worth of shows weekly. I thought by now, to be honest, it would have been picked up by the major TV networks. Sure, performing for the president is nice, but I did refuse to do my puppet show for Donald Trump's inauguration. I just would like to, even though I wasn't doing a puppet show at that time, he asked me if I'd think about it. Yes, 6 months. I thought, it's basically, I haven't really made this clear. I've been quite sneaky, but it's basically an audition tape for the BBC or whichever. I'm even considering Channel 5 now. It's been going so slowly. I sideways look at the news, but I did want the TV people to know I could do other things as well. But it's it's humorous, but it's not going to make you laugh out loud. It's just going to make that's the kind of thing I'm going for. That's what TV likes. And that's what I've been going for. But not worked out. I've heard nothing from them. I've kept on hearing messages that the DG of the BBC was watching. Clive from Channel 5 was in one in the chat room 1 week. But it seems it takes more than 6 months to get on TV, but it's not just 6 months, is it? Because it's the 30 years I put in before that. So look, I'm not going to let it get me down. I'm going to keep going on until I get on TV, and then I will stop. But it is annoying. And I had an idea this week. One of the stories that came up, I thought maybe I'm going the wrong direction. David Attenborough. He's not going to last forever. He's lasted longer than we thought, right? But he's not going to last for all time, for always. So maybe I could move into sort of natural history, that sort of stuff. Maybe that would get me a certain distance. And there was a story that this week that did lend itself to that. I don't know if you saw this the story. This is natural history that sort of suits me. This is the first dinosaur butt discovered. Comes from New Atlas, a very fine website. I've printed it off. I try to print off all the internet. I think that's the way that life should be. Michael Irving, January the 19th, 2021. A lot of people sent me this because it's about it's basically about cloacal vents or cloacal vents, depending how you say it. But they didn't know much about the dinosaur cloaca before. They assumed that they had one, but they've managed to find one. They've dug it up. It's the same opening, the cloaca, for the pooing and weeing and shagging, the lot. It's efficient. I've always liked the cloaca. Maybe I could do a 20-part series about dinosaur vaginas. And they do wee out of their vaginas, dinosaurs. So, back off, feminists. They poo out of them. They just rub them up against each other like that. That's how they start a fire. That's how they make a new dinosaur. So it's been presumed that dinosaur had this kind of anatomy for a long time, but it's because it's a soft tissue and because it gets pummeled in, like, it's getting pummeled from both directions, isn't it? That thing. So it by the time a dinosaur dies, it's often just like a sort of ripped inner tube in a bicycle. If you had a really bad accident on your bike, that's what it's like. Anyway, they found one. It's the Psittacosaurus. It's a Labrador-sized reptile, and it's a relative of Triceratops, though it doesn't look much like a Triceratops. And it's got a chuff, and they've got a picture of it. That's an artist's representation. That's not a photo. I'm slightly confused as why the artist decided to, show one of the dinosaurs from behind and then have another dinosaur kind of just having a look. I don't know what the illustrator was thinking there. That's what sort of interested me. So, obviously, if this was TV, we'd recreate that with animatronics. I'd be walking around. I'm going, whoa! One day if I can get my hand up there, whoa! What's in here? That sort of thing. That's how it would work. So that's what I'm. It bears some resemblance to alligators and crocodiles' vaginas, cloacas. And the distinguishing features of sex are tucked up inside the cloaca, of course, so we can't see them. But they also have melanin in their skin. These dinosaurs, that makes them think that was for didn't have any purpose other than maybe just attracting mates, like a baboon's ass. That's what this is. So the problem, you print stuff off of the internet, you get 8 pages of just the guff at the end, don't you? No, don't print stuff up. It's very bad for the planet, and that's all I care about these days. So hopefully that's given. If the I did email the natural history people and say, have watched this tonight. I think you're going to be in for a surprise. Dry January still going on. Peppermint tea. And before I forget, tonight I am, as well as the reason I've started a little bit early is because I'm doing Gigless, which is Catherine Bohart's gig. If you Google that, you can find links to it. It's £5 to watch it. It's starting whilst this is going on, but you can join me after I leave. So we're going to just do a short. I haven't really prepared anything apart from the cloaca thing. I thought that would be an hour, just back to the basics. Just me in the Oval Office and just pictures on the screen. That's how it's meant to be, right? That's the way it's meant to go. I was sort of a bit worried about doing 10 minutes of stand-up in Gigless because I haven't really got any material. But I've done about 10 minutes now. Maybe I'll just repeat the first 10 minutes of this, and then we will see. We shall see, my fine friends. But anyway, sorry I was off last week. I was in a film, a big movie star. I don't think I'll be doing this much longer. If the TV career doesn't take off, it looks like playing disgusting men who hire sex workers is going to be big money earner for me. And I can tell you, I earned about £120 a day out in Wales on my feature film that I was working on. Unfortunately, I ran my car over a spike, one of those things that's trying to stop you go the wrong way up a thing. I went slightly the wrong way. I just caught it with my rear tyre. That was £100 there, so that's one day's of the wages gone, plus petrol. Got free food, but the show business is not as glamorous as I thought it would be. So anyway, not struggling at all on me. A lot of people said, Rich, you couldn't do this on your own. You need the puppets. You need them popping up and saying something. Did somebody say cloaca? Yeah, I did ages ago. I think it's cloaca though. Woohoo! You. Why did my mouth go like I was saying woohoo? I knew you were going to say it. I guess I just kind of was joining in. Woohoo! It's me, Cocky Carrot. Woohoo! Get off, Cocky Carrot. I'm trying to do a serious natural history show. There's a dinosaur's cloaca up there. Did somebody say vagina? I did say vagina ages ago. But you're not meant to just say. You're meant to pick up the double entendres. Did someone say innuendo? Stop doing that when I say double entendres. Woohoo! And we're not going to have any of that this week. It's just going to be me. Just the power of my brain and no script. No alcohol, no drugs, just a drug of peppermint. That's the only thing that's going to get me through this tonight. Oh. But that's all I had, really, was the cloaca thing. So, maybe we'll wrap it up there. It's been a pretty good show so far. Thanks for tuning in. And 192, it's gone up. I thought 150 people in here to begin with. Well, that's not worth performing to, is it? Do you have any idea who I am? I played Uncle Keith in an improvised film in Wales this last week. But now it's gone up to 192. I think that's fair enough. A lot of people, it's apparently 203. My numbers are behind on this computer. It's going up all the time. And there's just the words getting around. There's a guy talking about dinosaur fannies. Get out there. Listen, he knows all about them, apparently. And he wants to put his fist up one to see what it would be like. Come on, let's get on to Twitch and watch that. And, people are doing it. That's what's happening on this. The lockdown's going on. And, it's going to be all right, isn't it? So, let's have a look at the sideways look at the news. I don't know if you noticed in the papers that Donald Trump has been in a helicopter. On a helicopter ride. There he is. The helicopter is circled. There he's waving with his big long tie dangling down, pointing to his tiny penis. And he's gone. Apparently, he's left. He's decided to go away. And get off! This is rubbish. What's going on? This is rubbish. It's ruggish. I don't think it's anything like a rug. I mean, it would have to be slightly similar to a rug to be called ruggish. And then, no, I'm not a rug. There's not even a rug on the screen. Not ruggish, radish, radish, radish. He's saying radish. This is radish. Well, I'm wearing red. I can see why you would make that mistake. But no, it's not. Ali, can you be quiet? I'm trying to do a serious news program about the presidential elections. You should let me be on it. It's not to do with me. Okay, well, we'll have you on, and then the King of the World will come on, and everyone will be happy. Yeah! Hello, fans! Hello, rock fans! It's me! It's Ali Slander. That's right, I'm winking at it. I'm flea-dagging. Someone reminded me we used to do that bit that I forgot to do, where I go, the problem is, and I say, what's the problem? And I say, yeah, if you let me say what the problem is. What's the problem, Richard? Well, if you just let me finish, I'll tell you what is the problem. If you just let me talk, I don't actually know what the problem is. I'm about to tell you the problem. What is the problem? The problem is, what is the problem? The problem is, Ali, that what's the problem? I wish you'd tell me. Just go on winking at it as I'm saying this. I'm cheeky knee, and cheeky, and they cheeky. I am cheeky knee, and cheeky knee. Stop trying to be like the King of the World. It's not going to work. And the cheeky one. And the king of the cheeky. It's sad, man. It's sad that you're trying to emulate. He's not as good as me. He's got nothing. That's all he's got in the dank. In the what? The dank? I don't think he does that. In the dank, Richard. The dank. I don't really understand. What's the problem? You didn't say what the problem is. The problem is we've stopped doing the what's the problem. What you know we used to do the what's the problem? No, what was the problem? Well, there wasn't a problem, but you would say, what's the problem? And I would say, if you just shut up, I'll tell you the problem. What was the problem? The problem was you kept interrupting me. And when I was trying to tell you what the problem was. Yes, what I'm going to know is what was the problem? That's what I'm trying to sort out. I'm trying to... you could tell me what the problem was. Well, the problem was you wouldn't let me get to the problem. Was that the problem? Because it sounds as if you didn't get to the problem. That the problem was in something else. That's the way I look at it. Oh, I'm really regressing being clean-shaven now again. That beard hid a multitude of sins, and it certainly did, Richard. Just that, you can't control your neck flaps. That's what I've always said. You have always said that. A lot of dinosaurs felt the same about that and about their neck flaps. Yes. Yes, what is the problem, though? The problem was, I don't know. The problem is that we haven't done What's the Problem. Well, what was the problem? Stop doing it. I think we stopped doing it because it was just the same thing every week. People love the same thing every week, Richard. That's what they tune in for. They don't want invention. They don't want things to move on. They want exactly the same. That's why these idiots out here like the King of the World. Because he just goes, I'm the King of the World. I'm the King of the World. Yeah. Do you, it wasn't a very good impression. I can't do impressions, Richard. I just do me. I'm just, every Totter in this show has a very different voice, a different tundra. The whole thing is very distant, and I can only do myself, and that is very much the way I feel about things. So, shall we crack on with looking at the news, with a sideways look at the news? I'm fleabagging. You're not fleabagging because you haven't said anything. One of your buttons fell off, by the way, Ali. I'm increasingly worried that we're going to destroy you. It's one of your leg buttons fell off. I've got it somewhere. Oh, dearie me. That's been on there for 128 years. It might have fallen off at some point. Your nan dear, and I'd have sewed it back on. Or did she or didn't she? You remember? I don't know which Elton you're talking about. I hadn't noticed it gone. So, why aren't we looking at the news? I think it's just more fun to chat, and let's just have a chat, see how we've been getting on. I've been in a film. Oh yeah, I thought I was going to take my clothes off, but that bit didn't end. It was improvised. I showed my my moobs. You haven't got nudes, Richard. I know. Well, that's what I said to them, but I showed them to prove that I didn't, and that will probably end up in a film. So something for the ladies and the gay men and the straight men who like looking at hairy, slightly flabby boobs. But more flabby tummy, to be fair. Yes, that's true, Richard. Well, what's been going on in the new grown-up news? Well, what's been going up in the grown-up news history is that I talked about Pliny last night on my podcast for about 20 minutes and didn't mention history and Pliny. I was very impressed with myself. It's very good. That's very good, Richard. You're maturing. That's what I like to see. I like to see you maturing. I'm winking at it. I don't think you is. Aside, he isn't maturing. Stop doing that. It looks like you're doing a Hitler salute. That's not applicable now. Trump's gone. Aside, he isn't maturing. He's just getting more and more childish. Look what he's doing. He's pretending that he's talking to a dummy. This is sadder than anything he's ever done in his whole life. I wish I could hear what you're saying, because it sounds like you're being... It's a long aside. Yes, you can't hear because I said aside. Aside ends. So yeah, we'll see how we go. I'm a bit tired today. It's been a tough week. Been homeschooling. I don't understand anything about homeschooling. Do you not, Richard? No. Oh, this isn't very interesting to the people at home. Well, their website's not very usable. We had to make a Aboriginal story up, puppets. Is that what passes for work now these days for a 5-year-old, nearly 6-year-old? I don't know. Oh dear. Well, let's look at the news. Yeah, let's look at the old episode 26 news. I've made some notes here. I don't know why I bothered that. Trump left a letter for Joe Biden. Oh yeah. What do you think? Joe Biden said it was nice, but he wouldn't say what it was. What do you think? I think it's probably very giving and mature response from Donald Trump. He gets a hard press. Yeah, well, he doesn't get a hard press. He does his own press. And I'm going to listen myself, Richard. I think he was all right. He was a good guy. Look, he did one insurrection. It didn't work. He didn't mean it. I'm not sure if he did mean it or not, but look, if the president can't get away with one insurrection just at the end of his term in office, then what's the point in being present? Either you get loan, you get what? Loan, you get a glow jog. You get a glowing jog. You know what I'm saying. I'm saying oral sex. You can receive oral sex from an intern or do one insurrection. You're getting a bit of trouble, but it's okay. Off you go. Best wishes. Make your tie a bit shorter next time. Have a nice time in Florida. Don't let the door hit you. Us on the way out of the White House. Goodbye, Donald. He had some songs as he left in his plane. He had My Way playing. I did it my way. And YMCA. YMCA. Uda dushka, gushka, I think he did Don't Stop Believing in. Do you know Don't Stop Believing? Just a good time girl, living out at Easter tried. She took the midnight train going anywhere. She got on the train and she went and sat in a seat. And then she said, "Where's the train going? It would be quite useful to know." And the conductor said, "It's going to Las Vegas." And she said, "Is there a train station there?" And he said, "No, I don't know. That I think they're building on now on the way." And then she said, "I wish should have really bought a ticket before I get on the train." He said, "Yes, you should. How far are you going?" She said, "I'm going anywhere." He said, "Well, you need to be more specific than that." Don't stop the leading. Don't stop Gelieving. You know what I'm saying? And it's going all the way, 'cause I know that I've gone to the world. Don't stop. Is this really going to be all you do? It's good, I'm doing well. It's improvised, I'll give you that. It's definitely. Don't stop the leading, 'cause you believe that your train is going anywhere. It will be going anywhere rather than one specific place. I think she meets a guy, doesn't she, on the train? I don't know. I don't really know what happens in the song, really. Oh, it's no Elton John. That's the thing about Don't Stop the Leading. It's no Elton John, is it? It's not. Good. So, what song would you have had if you were president and you were leaving in a plane? And leading in a plane, I don't know when I'll be back again. Would you not have done Babushka? I just did the Babushka. Wouldn't you have had that playing? YMCA you had playing? Young man, if you want to have a wash, it's a young man. Or a cheater to sleep in, I think there's a gin there. And lady, you're swimming too. If you like hanging around with lots of young guys, then this is definitely the place for you. YMCA, YMCA. There is lots of good things for young men to enjoy. I got done in the show on time. All right. That's what it said there, wasn't it? No. I was a willing participant. Is this what it's become? Is it really become this? This is all it is, Richard. I sat down all day looking at the papers trying to work. You are very tired, Richard. Don't blame yourself that you're tired today. You've been working hard. You've been trying to look after your kids. I had to do some homeschooling. Yeah, you've had a little medical problem, haven't you? I don't want to talk about that on it's a personal. Yeah, I know all of that. It's a personal issue. I don't want it. Apparently, it's probably nothing. I was a little bit worried. Yeah, it's a very embarrassing situation, isn't it? It's not that embarrassing. I'm not embarrassed that part of my body has, a little issue. And I think if the longer the people like you think things are embarrassing, then the more difficult. Weren't you embarrassed when the doctor cut your balls? No, I was glad he was doing it. Oh, it's so weird because you just had a headache, didn't you? I'm cheeky knee. I'm cheeky knee. Well, I'm going to have I'm very impressed with the NHS. Look, I don't think there's anything wrong with me, but I'm going. They've managed to fit me in for a scan tomorrow. This is incredible. Yeah, I mean, it's probably more dangerous going to hospital than it is whatever I've got wrong with me. But it's not erectile dysfunction. Whoever's saying that in the chat room, I can get my penis erect with 23 hours notice. So I just have to work at it. Just have to work at it a little bit. Well, I don't want to talk about what's wrong with me because it's a personal issue and we don't know. Once I know the results, I could talk about it. But what if it's something serious? We don't want to bring people down, do we? Oh, okay. It's not something serious though. It's just, it's something vaguely comic. Um, I didn't want to talk about that. Well, you shouldn't have brought it up. I didn't bring it up. You brought it up. I told you that in confidence. I said, I'm having an issue. I don't want to talk about it in front of... There's 235 people. People are flocking here. It's just a mystery. What's wrong? What's wrong with you, Richard? What is it? Anyway, we could have done some stuff. We could have done some stuff about imagining what the letter was. Yeah, I'm not gonna stoop that low, Richard. I'm not gonna. Oh, hello. I'm an idiot. Lee hasn't trumped alone. He's hardly done anything wrong. All right, fuck it. Let's. It's not working for me. You and me. I'm going to introduce somebody else that I know people will like to see. It's going to pick the show up. What? Someone saying Ali could cut your goals. I could cut your balls. You could. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time, would it, Richard? Well, it was more the shaft of my penis you touched before. I don't think you got down to my testicles before. Well, there's a first time through the thing. I'm game. It wasn't a truth of in Victorian times that it's nice to be living in a Mortonist society. It's time to introduce a little friend of mine to make Ali jealous. I think you're going to enjoy him. Hey, it's me, I'm the king of the world. I'd like to be the king of the world. I jump around because I'm the king of the world. And don't forget I'm the king of the world. Because I'm the king of the world. Ho-ho! I'm the king of the world. I am the king of the world. I'm the king of the world. You nearly forgot your voice was, didn't you? Thinking, I did not, Richard. I could not forget what my dice is, because it is not dice. It is the dice of the king of the world. I'm the king of the world. Headlands, how you doing out there in TV land? I'm the king of the world, and I'd just like to say hi to all my fans. I saw you asking for me in the chat room. I am the king of the world, and I am here to say I'm the king of the world, and that's what I'm here to say. And now I'm here. I would just like to say, I'm still keeping my mouth closed, by the way, behind here. I'd just like to say that I am the king of the world, and it's all very nice. So, as you could see, I was moving around, and you could see Richard's mouth and his lips are moving, because it's not him talking, it's me talking. I am the king of the world. You're nicely hiding my neck flaps, though, so that's the old neck flaps. Damn those neck flaps. I'm the king of the world. I wanted to get you on, King of the World, because I'm the King of the World, partly because you're the King of the World, and partly because I was reading about Vladimir Putin's palace. He's not the King of the World, is he? He's the... Well, I was going to say, he's got this palace. Let me there. He's got... these aren't actual rooms. This is in maybe the Sun or the Mirror. There, it's an artist. And the king, shall I stand over here so you can see? Yeah, that's better. I just sit here in front of your face, Richard, because I am the king of the world, and I'm better than you, and I know not about this thing than you, and I am the king of the world. You're squeaking a bit. That's because my neck is falling apart, Richard. That it means I can move my head around, but one day my head is going to come right off. It's going to come right off. Don't kiss my hand. And the king of the world. I thought that's what the kings of the world like. No. Anyway, Putin. He's spent £1 billion making a palace. Supposedly, allegedly. I don't want to libel Vladimir Putin. They're calling him Tsar Putin, which is almost an anagram of Rasputin. Do you like Rasputin? No, I don't like Rasputin. I thought if I was in a funny comedy song, I could go Tsar Putin, Tsar Putin. He's got a big palace to live in. He is a twat who really is wrong. How about that? I just made that up. That's not that, Richard. You know, Ali Slow thought that you're doing all right. That I'm the king of the world. Do you live in as nice a palace? He's got his own theatre there. You can see that's his own theatre. He's got that's an artist's impression of what it might look like. He's got his own casino in there. He's got a swimming pool which has an artist's impression of him doing the butterfly in it. He's got, I don't know what that one is at the bottom. I can't read what there's. He's got a ice hockey rink for people to play ice hockey in. You got all that? Yeah, I got all that, Richard. I got a night palace cost a billion times more than his. A billion, so it's $1 billion. Yeah. and it's got everything in it because I'm the king of the world. It's got a big throne. It's got a room just on the crowns. It's got a roller disco. It's got a banqueting hall. Well, most palaces have a banqueting hall. It has a nodal UN I can go in. Or is it not the real UN? No, it's a nodal one. And all the countries, because I'm the king of all the countries, because I'm the king of the world. So I do the UN, and I go from one crest to the next, and it's all me, just me, because I'm the king of the world. Vladimir Putin, you are not nothing. You are a piece of shit. I hope you're watching. I'd like to disassociate myself from he poisons people. You can't poison me. You know why? Why? Because I'm the king of the world. I am the king of the world. I'm the king of the world. Do you think people are going to get bored of this character at any point soon? No. You sure? Yeah. You think it's going to go? I think this is the best thing that has ever been on any kind of entertainment in all of history. I think I'm the greatest character, and I'm the king of the world. And I got a better palace than Vladimir Putin, and I got a better palace than Queen Elizabeth II, and I got a better palace. You got the best palace, okay. And because you're the king of the world, yeah. Have you finished now? Yeah. Anything else you want to say? No, I think I said... Oh, hold on. I did forget one thing. What? I'm the king of the world. I'm the king of the world. Goodbye, fans. I'll see you next week on the King of the World show. Goodbye. The king of the world. I'm the king of the world. Oh, I'm the king of the world. Oh, look out for me, because I'm the king of the world. Don't break my rules, because I'm the king of the world. Don't do a revolution against me, because I got all the armies in the world. And I am the king of the world. I'm the king of the world. Good, right, there is Vladimir Putin. I do have to keep an eye on the time today, as I will be going to do a gig at Gigglers later on, and so I can't mess around too much. I can't believe we're only half an hour in. I was going to try and limit to an hour. It's very hard to follow the King of the World, isn't it? No, don't put the King of the World in first. That's a new sting there for the King of the World, his outro. I hope we'll just get to the point where we do the intro, he says I'm the King of the World, and then the outro, and then we don't bother with anything else. That's what I'm hoping. But we can't have everything. Right, I am going to allow myself a short break from the proceedings now. Let's head over to the BDSM, the British Driving School of Motoring. Is that what it's called? The British Best Driving School of Motoring. I expect Law Fox will be on later, for fuck's sake. I can't put everything in, there isn't time. I expect he'll be on banging on about something. Who was that guy? Who was that guy in the last section of the show? I wish we could find out. Okay, Peter Dibdin, my fine friends. Red is the colour of the apple, so fine. Stop! Red and amber is the sunset in the evening time. Still means stop. Green is the frog all covered in slime. Go! Amber is the sunrise in the morning time. Stop, unless breaking is more dangerous than continuing. Red with a green arrow coming out it. It's the apple, so fine, with the caterpillar coming out at feeding time. Movement in a certain direction is allowed before or after the full green phase. If the way is clear, you may go, but only in the direction shown by the arrow. Red is the colour of the apple, so fine. Stop, and that is the order of the traffic light sign.
Right, that's good. It's good to remember.
Usually my pupils are a bit more impressed with that, Stevie.
Oh, yeah, sorry. It was really impressive. Got it. Let's just move on.
You know, I wrote that myself. Not many people expect their driving instructor to be a singer-songwriter on a par with Paul McCartney, both in melody and lyrics. I usually get a round of applause.
Woo!
And sarcastic. Have you not got any feedback on the song at all?
No, not really. It was a very excellent way to remember the traffic light sequence. So I've got it. It's locked in. Please, can we carry on?
Have I done something to offend you, female Stevie?
I mean, yes, obviously, but I don't care. I just want to get moving. It's lesson 5, and so far I've learned your name. 26-point schedule for entering a car that goes around forever on a loop. The pulling away from the curb procedure.
Mazrim rim roa mium rum ismara pafke.
Yep. And also not to wear tinsel around my neck in a car in case I kill poor children.
We have fitted a lot in, which, given how terrible a pupil you are, is a real testament to my driving instructor skills.
But I've come to you because I can't drive.
You can't even drive.
And I want to learn how to drive.
Because you can't even drive.
So can you teach me how to fucking drive, please?
Swear words are the instrument of the impotent.
I know what you're doing.
What, teaching a non-driving idiot how to drive?
No, I wish you were doing that.
You just admitted you're an idiot.
You're deliberately trying to stretch this out with a load of stupid, pointless guff so that I have to have as many lessons as possible so you can make as much money out of me as possible.
That is quite an accusation, female Steve. I hope you have some evidence for that, or you will be hearing from my lawyers.
The annoying thing is I wasn't even going to rise to it because I know you want to create an argument just to eat up more time.
Nothing could be further from the truth.
But all right, that traffic light song is clearly designed to confuse or infuriate people.
It's designed to help you remember the order of the traffic light sign, Stevie, because the red is the colour of the apple. So
it's just a coincidence that every single item in that song could be any of the colours in the song.
What do you mean?
Well, frogs can be red, yellow, or green.
Yeah, but they are usually green.
Apples can be red, yellow, or green.
But they're usually red.
If they're not, though. Caterpillars, they can also come in a multitude of colours.
What an interesting hypothesis you've come up with there, Stevie. Tell me just one thing. Can sunsets be green, Stevie? Or the sunrise? Is the sunrise green? Maybe if you live on the planet Venus, they are. Do you live on the planet Venus, Stevie?
No, obviously not.
I often think that women are from a different planet, and you've just confirmed my suspicions. Or, I suppose I'm being sexist, am I, for saying women aren't human and therefore don't have any human rights? Political correctness gone mad. Well, bad luck, Stevie. We're out of the EU now, and so you can't stop me calling you a Venusian, a stinking, dirty, whorish Venusian who should go back to Venus where you came from. We don't want you here. Go back where you came from. The lot of you.
Look at me. Despite my best efforts, I'm falling for it again. Just like you want me to. Arguing about your stupid song rather than learning how to drive.
I wonder if you'd still think my song is stupid when you've driven through a red light because you didn't bother to learn the song. And you've crashed into a van transporting a deadly virus to a laboratory, causing the death of the driver, serious leg injuries to yourself, and the release of a virus that causes a zombie apocalypse and wipes out mankind.
I would still think the song was stupid, yes, but I wouldn't drive through a red light because everyone already knows what that means. My nephew Chris knows it, and he's a sperm in my brother's testicle.
Well, I know you're being flippant and using my own rhetorical device against me, but there is some evidence that you can teach gametes the highway code, so the joke is on you.
Can we please just get on with learning how to drive?
You don't understand, female Stevie. I'm not trying to slow things down. Far from it. I'm speeding them up. I'm not trying to make money from you. I've already accrued more money than I could spend in 1,000 lifetimes. Look, there's some of it. That's just chump change there, Stevie. That's nothing.
Why are you charging me so much then?
A car is a dangerous weapon, Stevie. More dangerous than a very sharp icicle and less easy to melt to hide evidence of your crime. I can't let you learn how to drive until you know the highway code inside out and back to front.
I know it. I learned it already.
You have not.
Yeah, there's nothing else to do in lockdown, so I know all of it.
I find this highly suspect and doubtful.
Well, fine, test me. But if I get all your questions right, you have to move on to actually teaching me how to drive.
I'm not a troll under a bridge, Stevie. I'm a human being, but I will take up your challenge because I know you do not know the highway code inside out. And I'll prove it now. Stevie, you are driving a low vehicle with risk of grounding, or you're just herding some animals. Oh, but you've arrived at a level crossing. What must you do?
I must obey any sign instructing me to use the railway telephone to obtain permission to cross.
That is not it.
And then telephone again once safely across.
That was an easy one to start with. In license categories for mopeds and motorcycles, to what does category A1 refer?
Oh, that's easy. Motorcycles up to 125cc with a power output not exceeding 11 kilowatts.
Yeah, I don't think I can...
Or tricycles with a power output not exceeding 15 kilowatts.
Damn, all right. Okay, try this one. What is the address of the stationery office that publishes the highway code?
That's not in the highway code.
Oh, yes, it is female, Stevie. It's on the bottom of the last page. Look, it's right there in small print.
Okay, yeah, but you don't get asked that in the test, do you?
But that is hardly the point, is it? You said you knew the highway code back to front and inside out. Everything in there. And you don't even know that the stationery office address is 55 Wales Street, London, W1A3AE. I do. I've known that for ages. Mrs. I know the whole highway code back to front and inside out, and I don't even know that. You lost your own challenge. You have to do what I say. So we will be doing this my way and the highway. Eventually, we'll get to the highway eventually when we've got through all the preliminary stuff. So sing the traffic light song now, CD. Sing it, you non-driving idiot. Sing it.
Red is the colour of the frog.
The frog isn't red. The frog is green. That's the whole point. You non-driver. You're stupid. You're not. Are you colourblind as well as stupid?
Sometimes
a frog is green. An apple is red. Apple. Peter Dibdin. What a character he is, eh? And a little homage there to a sketch from Fist of Fun. With, some new bits, and it was different. It's okay. I'm allowed to repeat myself. Most people who watch that show are dead. I feel like he's relaxed into the role a little bit, the actor playing, whoever, that red-faced actor. My face is not as red as this thing makes it look. Thank you very much again to young Stevie Martin for her fantastic work. On that is just a sketch. It's just a character. I don't know who plays it, but pretty good. So look, we've got lots to get through, and there isn't much time, so I'm going to crack straight on with the next crazy character. Sorry, Ali. There was lots of things to talk about in the news, but probably didn't have anything to say. Let's go.
He looks like a 10-inch penis crossed with Ed the Duck. He thinks he is the greatest and he doesn't give a damn. He's God's gift to vegetables and he's extremely phallic. What a fucking fucker! It's Cocky Carrot.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, this Cocky Carrot. Woohoo! Oh, there you are. Hello. It's me, I'm Cocky Carrot. Did somebody say silent testicle? No one did say that. Shut up. Woohoo! So how's your week been? Has it been hard for you? Not really, Richard, just usual. I'm trying to set you up, for goodness sake. What? Have you had a hard time? No, it's been all right, thank you. I'm getting through lockdown okay, and woohoo! Did somebody say okay? Oh yes, it was me. Never mind. Look, I don't have to do long-term things really working. I wanted to have you on this week because I've my wife found a carrot in the vegetables we get delivered. It's gone a little bit rotten already, but I want you to meet him. Here he is. Hello, it's me, Nosy Carrot. Hello. Are you French, Nosy Carrot? It seems French. I don't know how that happened. That just that's I hadn't decided on the why would you decide on a dice, Richard? It is not dice. I'm the French carrot. I come from France. I had a big nose. My name is Nosy Carrot. I mean, it looks a bit like a penis as well. Yes, it does. That Cocky Carrot was taken. So, I am Nosy Carrot. Hello, I'm going to know all about this swollen testicle. You are nosy, aren't you? I haven't got a swollen testicle. Oh, that's what you'll see. Then the next day, they're having a scan on the swollen testicle. Shut up. I wish you guys would stop revealing personal information about myself. It's not nice. Okay, so, hello, are you Cocky Carrot? Je suis le Carrot Denise. I should already know the French carrot. I think it might be Carrot. I doubt it. It's a big old nose, isn't it? Yes. And you seem to have gone quiet, Cocky Carrot. What's going on? I'm Cocky Carrot. Yeah, you're Cocky Carrot. He's Nosy Carrot. Are you going to do the alter and then do all the voices? I think it's going to be difficult. Well, we'll see how it goes. The thing is, Cocky Carrot. What? I mean, he really is a carrot. I'm really a carrot. But he's a wobbly old carrot. He's made a carrot. I'm made a carrot. You're not. You're made of, I told you, you're made of resin. I'm not. You were a carrot once, but that wasn't you. And a carrot I can contain, and a real carrot. This is not a prosthetic nose. This is an actual nose. And the thing is, I'm trying to get this show onto CBeebies because, like, my kids love The King of the World, and I reckon they would like some of these other characters. But we can't put you on, like, children's TV, can we? Why not? Did somebody say the Tina's on children's TV? Yeah, you just did it. It wouldn't be right. And Nosy Carrot, he's got a big nose. That's funny. He's a real carrot. I'm the real carrot. You were a real carrot once. You think you're a real carrot, but you're not. And you're not even thinking. You can't even think. You can't see. Richard, I've got a question to you. Yeah, go ahead. How do you know that you can think and you can see? Because I can think and I'm thinking now and I can see now. Well, I'm thinking now and I can see now. Well, if you aren't the real Richard Herring, what if you're just a puppet? Have you thought about that? Yeah, everyone thinks about that. That's an obvious thing to think straight away. That you could be. Look, you're a human being. There aren't any cells in your body that were there 7 years ago. You're completely different. You'd regenerated entirely. You're a different person, even if you are a person. What if you're not real? What if you only think you can think, and what if I'm real and you're not real? Yeah, you really certainly blow my mind. If I was a sixth former, this would be incredible. Should we just get back to Nosy Carrot? Yeah, I'd like to know what goes on in the bedroom with you and your wife, Richard. Well, I don't think that's your business. I know that is what makes me Nosy Carrot. Well, you can't do that stuff on CB. You can't ask that on CBeebies. Okay. I mean, it's a funny cat. That's just a carrot. I haven't had that made by a sculptor. That's just a carrot that arrived in a box of carrots. And look at it. Look at that. I mean, it's already rotten. It'll be rotten by next week. I stuck the eyes on. The eyes weren't on it. Yes, I look like. I do look a bit like Gerald Depardieu, actually. Someone mentioned Serrano de Bergerac, and that could be me. I look like a Serrano de Bergerac crossed with a carrot. I also look a little bit like a parrot. I like to know what's going on, because that's what I like to see. Oh, hello, and the carrot who is nosy. That could be the theme tune. We're having some great time improvising lyrics, aren't we? A lot of us today. It's going really well. I've just noticed the time. Yeah. So should we bid? It was good, the philosophical chat. Get ready for double entendres. You get ready to look at his face. Hello, and the ladies watching. I'd like to get to know you well. Are you quoting Nick Kershaw? Or is it Howard Jones? I'd like to get to know you well. I'd like to get to know you well. I'd like to get to know you well, so we can be one together. I'd like to get to know you well. I'd like to get to know you well. Who remembers that song? I'm not even sure who it was by. That was Cocky Carrot there. There we go. We better do the birthday before we forget about that. I'll just get some stuff in, and then we can see how it goes. And then we can see which characters we can fit in today. Oh, heavens above. We'll just get through the basics. Look, it's episode 26. This one doesn't matter. It's right in the middle of the Infinity series. It doesn't really matter. I've got to work out what I'm doing in the stand-up gig that I'm coming. Come and watch the stand-up gig. It might be about to start. You can go over and watch that now if you like gigless. Let's do the birthdays.
Hooray. You've lived another year and you haven't even died. Though cancer may be secretly creeping deep inside. If you think that's worth a party, your brain's also going wonky. Let's get an ear or a kick from the reluctant birthday donkey.
Hee-haw, hee-haw, why can't I die? I've realised I've just lost the piece of paper with this birthday on, but it won't take me a second to find it. It's all good, don't worry, my fine friends. I'll just fill here while it's right at the top of my birthday series. Okay, here we go. Hold on. This is seamless. Here, why can't I die? Yeah, you see through again. Maybe you're turning into a ghost. Here, I wish. Here. Hello, kids. Here. Well, look, after last week's mammoth, or 2 weeks ago, mammoth 7 or 8 birthdays we only had one in this week, so it's going to be relatively easy for. Thank God. And here it is. This one is for Louise Dorr, or Louise Dore. I don't know, or Louise Do Re Mi. Do Re Mi. It says that's good, isn't it? Because she's the Louise Do Re Mi. Me. Do a dear. Lots of singing. My goodness. Let me see. Jeff Owen has been in touch. I don't know how Jeff knows Louise. And I'd have to say Louise looks surprisingly normal compared to most of the people who... she's only 40. Most of the people who end up in these birthday slots, I don't want to disparage them, but they look, like they wouldn't be out of place in a Victorian freak show. No offence. Louise looks relatively normal, like a normal human being. We'll see. She'll be 60. I don't know about Jeff Owen. I can't talk for him. Please find attached the greatest birthday card ever seen by humans, says Jeff. Louise will be 40 on the... it's rude to give a lady's age, but I guess we know. As nobody can do anything or anywhere, appearing on Reluctant Donkey's birthday segment of Twitcher Fun will be a main present this year. That's lovely. I understand there might not be a show this week because you're rather selfish taking in some... Yeah, this is from last week, so she's actually... This is, 16th, so it's almost a week. It's a week ago, pretty much. Louise has been a stan since Fist of Fun. Is that what the youngsters say now, or is that just a misspelling of fan? And even appears in an audience shot on one of the episodes. My goodness. Should have scanned through the DVDs, but he couldn't be bothered. Louise enjoys things that start out funny, go on for way too long, become annoying, then continue for even longer and become funny again. Well, that's why you have stuck with my career for so long, Louise, and I appreciate it. She started to sing the kids' lullabies in the style of an Ali and Sally duet. Maybe these two are married. Maybe they're at least have produced children together. I'm making a little story for them together, but I just can't imagine anyone who watches this show has as normal a looking partner as Louise looks. So, and I'm not saying you're normal. I'm just saying you're not abnormal, Louise. I think that Louise would look most like for her birthday some peace, quiet and space. This is not possible. A donkey finger puppet noon 40 loud ears will be a close second. He's happy to enter me 40. There is already a me 40. It's Christmas me, so I'm afraid Louise has missed out on that. But here's 40 ears for Louise. You ready? Oh, please let me die. You're gonna do it. Excuse me a sec. Why are you coughing? You're not the one doing it. I know, but it's hard. You've done 10. I think you did an extra little. Was that an ER at the end? It was just me losing the will to live. Why can't I die? Why can't I die? And there is a magic button. Apparently, there's no one to give it to, so let's give that to Louise as well. Chris says this one goes on for some time. I'll just put my headphones on just in case I need them. I never know what the magic buttons are going to be. Oh, how apt.
Дамы и господа, еще раз поприветствуйте Ричард Херинг.
Welcome to the first ever televised. Wow.
Джош, на днях я зашел в свой Сенсберис, чтобы купить немного продуктов.
I'm trying to work out what's going on.
Сенсберис — это гротескная пародия на местный магазин.
There's a man speaking in Italian.
Из-за появления супермаркета Sainsbury's.
It's me down the ages. What's the one in the little waistcoat? What's that one? Is that Heads Up with Richard Herring?
Этот гротескный пародийный элемент. Так вот, я выбирал продукты. И в корзину
Wow. He did say it could go on for 5 minutes if we wanted.
йогуртов.
Maybe we'll put the 5-minute version up on the badges.
Имеет смысл купить несколько.
I mean, that's nearly the same shirt I'm wearing in the picture with Louise. That's weird. It's what I'm wearing, and it's similar, disgusting.
5 дней и 2 йогуртов.
Right, cool. Well, there you go. Look, see, that's weird, isn't it? There's me and Fist of Fun. We might imagine if we cut to Louise in the audience, that would have been too good to be true. Wouldn't it? Anyway, happy birthday, Louise. Thank you for upping the attractiveness level of the birthdays by about 5,000%. I'm sure when Jeff's birthday comes up. Do keep your birthdays coming in for me to take the piss out of you, generally speaking. And herring1967@gmail.com if you want. But I do have a nice collage because usually we get loads. This week that was the only one and it was from last week. So, there we go. She's gone. I hope you enjoyed that, Louise. Is she in? I don't fancy her, Bethany. I'm just saying she's better. I mean, I fancy everyone, but, she's better than the usual rag bag of dog's bollocks we get in every week. No offence to everyone else who's been in the birthdays. I'm sure there's been some people who haven't been hideous. Right. Oh, I mean, fuck. We better crack on. It's nearly time to finish. I haven't got any stuff this week. Let's see what Foxlaw's got for you.
Cache your excess food in the ground beneath.
That's Fox Law.
Grip your prey's neck with your pronounced canine
That's
teeth.
Fox Law.
The world is actually prejudiced against white posh men.
Fox Law.
In the middle of the night you must attempt to eat every hen.
That's Fox Law.
With me, Law Fox. Oh, it's me, Fox Law. Boon. How you doing, everyone? Lovely to be here. Can't believe we're in lockdown again, Richard. We shouldn't be. COVID is a hoax, and it only kills old people. And nobody's actually even died from the even old people. You're not the conspiracy theory, you're Fox Law. It's so difficult to tell us all apart, isn't it? Hello, everyone. What do you want to talk about this week? You haven't got very long, so what do you fancy talking about? I wanted to talk about this lady, Why are you all getting in the way this time? Because I think usually you're on the other side. Okay. Is it Alison Gorn then? Is that her name? She's did the toe-in at the inauguration of Joe Biden. And I have to say I did not like the toe-in. Really? I mean, most people found it very inspiring and a wonderful... Well, Richard, I did not like it one bit. Why? What didn't you like about it? It's kind of hard to put my finger on it exactly, but why isn't there you don't see any middle-aged white Fox actors doing poems at inaugurations anymore, do you? Well, I mean, there's only one poet at each. She seemed a very good poet, and what is the fact she's not you? Is that what you don't like about it? Yeah, I get that's part of it. What did you feel about the vice president? Do you like the? I don't like the president, Richard. So you can't call. You're trying to imply I'm racist. I'm not racist. I don't like Joe Biden. I think he's an arse. He's Sleepy Joe. I think he's a fool, a bloody fool. That he's not better than the Channeler, whatever she's called, the vice president, and she's not better than this Dave Gorman fella doing the poetry. Why didn't I? I could have done the poem. Do you want to do a poem? Everyone seems to be sort of jamming rhymes. Do you want to do it? Okay, I'll show you what you could have had. Oh, Joe Biden, why are you hiding in your Dunkirk and QAnon cunt to you? 'Cause you are a scaredy cat and you smell too. You're not as good as Trump. You probably Trump more than Trump. You don't hunt as much as Trump. Is that pump? Yeah. And you are a lunt compared to Trump. A lunt of shit. And I think we should get Trump back because he won the election. Count the votes again. Stop the count. And this election was stolen from the best man on earth, Donald Trump, second best man, Lawrence Fox. I just don't like the vice president or that girl, and that's it. Not bad, mate. I think the reason you didn't get asked along was probably that was a bit offensive to Joe Biden. He isn't. He's not my president. Well, you're English. You went to Eton and you're English, so he's not your president. We don't have a president. You're Boris. You've still got Boris Johnson. Thank God. At least there's some sense still going on in the world. At least something's happening. Excuse me. Oh, hold on. There's another posh person coming in. Hello, Richard. I just noticed you were talking about this young lady up there. Yeah, that's right. We were. Were you at the inauguration? No, I didn't get asked this time. I was at Trunt's. Well, not the inauguration. The party he had on the aeroplane afterwards. And there's quite a guest list on there. Is that girl the poet there? How old is she? She's 22. She's born in 1998. Oh, don't worry then. I'm going. Why did you say not interested? She's too young for me, Richard. Is that what it was? Yes, she's only 22. She's too young for me. That's why I lost interest. Okay, fine. Well, that's good. That's a move in the right direction. Let's get Ali back. Well, maybe it's time to call an end to this week's show. Oh, Richard, don't end it yet. Oh no, there is one. There is something else there is a bit more I have to do. We won't end yet. I did want to just get a quick word from a couple of people. Did spot this on Twitter and sent me the Marmite maker Unilever to insist suppliers pay living wage, which seems like a positive aspect. There's a picture of some Marmite there, but there's no lid on that Marmite. I think it might be. That's on the BBC website. It might be interesting to find out why.
With a smile and a quip, do you see what he did? He's the greatest cartoon character we've had since Hissing Sid. His eyes look like an oil spill, his mouth is like a skid. Mark, you love him or you hate him, it's Marmite Lid.
Hello, Richard, it's me, Marmite Lid. Hello, how you doing? Hope you're well. So yeah, look, we've got this story about Unilever by 2030 are going to be paying living wage. Want to all their suppliers. Seems like a long way away. Yeah, 10 years away, 9 years away. Richard. Yeah, it's a long way away. Why you seem to have not played any part in this? They've obviously done a photo shoot of some Marmite and then some toast and a knife just to show they understand how Marmite is. But it's very noticeable. There's no lid there. There's no lid. Just when I take the lid off, I just put it beside the Marmite so that I can put it back on again. I don't always screw it back on. Richard, I made a political decision. I don't think Marmite should be paying living wages to people. I think people should be paid what they're worth. And if the people are dying yeast from, I don't know where they get it from. From the yeast fields. If they are getting £1 an hour and they're happy with that, then that's how it should be. Well, that's again, we're getting a lot of my puppets are very right wing, and it's upset. It's good to have balance because I'm a very, very left wing person. Yeah, you're not really, are you? I am very left wing. You're not particularly left wing. I mean, I'm left leaning. Mm-hmm. You know, I think. I prefer the left to the right. Yeah. What are that Jeremy Corbyn? Well, you know. I'm not saying I'm, a far left socialist. Yeah, you live in a nice house, don't you? You drink tea, pigs, peppermint tea. Look, what? You said that quite well. I understood what you meant. Thank you. Tea, pigs, peppermint tea. That's quite hard to say. Tea, pigs, peppermint tea. It's pretty good. I do, I'm a middle class guy, but I'm not. I want everyone to be paid properly what they're doing. I want the country to look after. I think it's in everyone's interest for us to all care for each other, to look after everyone in society. That's what our society is, and because if we get ill, I'm going to hospital tomorrow. If things take a turn, I want to be looked after. I don't have to shell out thousands and thousands of pounds. So, I want to live in a society where we look after everyone. It makes sense, even if you are selfish and right-wing. Can I talk? Yeah, sorry. So, I mean, it's a bit rich, Marmite Lid. You got paid £100,000, yes? You've basically, bankrupted me because I thought you would be funny. Yeah? You've not been at all funny. Yeah? Not even popular. If I don't have you on the show, no one notices. Yeah, it's true. So, it's a bit rich for you to start talking about, I earned £900,000, Richard, by being funny. You didn't know. You've never been funny. Well, you agreed to say that, and I don't think, people who do trot the job should get as much as me. I'm an entertainer. It's a slippery slope. That's the thing. It's a slippery slope. I'm an entertainer, Richard. You're not entertaining. You're a Marmite lid. You should have been in that photo. It just looks bad that you're not there. Well, I'm not the only Marmite lid in the world. You're the main one. You're the main one. Unilever, pay people a living wage in 2021. It's now. Don't wait 9 years. I don't mind paying 2p more on a jar of Marmite. That's all. That's how it works with these things, right? It's not going to put the cost of things up a lot. The paying the people who make the stuff is a very small amount of the cost of stuff. And if you pay everyone who works in fast food restaurants a proper wage, your burgers will not go up that much in cost. Oh, maybe I was wrong. Maybe you are less doing after all, Richard. I'm the man of the people. That's what they say about me sitting in the Oval Office. That's what they say about me. Do you reckon we've nearly done everything? I tell you what else we were going to do. We were going to talk about Roger Daltrey, but maybe Fox Law could have talked about that. Yeah, everyone's been talking about that on Twitter. She didn't talk about that. I was going to talk about that cannabis factory found in the city in Bank. It was in a basement just right behind the Bank of England, and they got discovered because people could smell it. It was a good plan, apart from that. Apart from that, there's. The other news story, no Glastonbury this year. Oh, that's a shame. It is a shame. It's 2 years. I don't like going to festivals, but I know lots of people do, and I don't like music. Yeah, it's just dang, 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 isn't it? You can't hear the lyrics, yeah. Except that, yeah, that one's the lyrics are clear. I think, it's a bad sign for the coming year, isn't it? I think everyone hoped that by this summer we'd be back on our feet, but I think we're looking at 2022, aren't we? I think we are. Do you think the Edinburgh Fringe is going to happen? Well, if it is, will I be there? Well, we might have done a show at the Edinburgh Fringe this year. Do you think? I'm nervous about taking you out of the house. You've lost a button already. I'm nervous about destroying you, but there's no way back once you're gone, Ali. I know. I'm one off. You can't have two of me. You can't get a stare one of me. I can't. So that's kind of sad news. The schools aren't opening. Prince Andrew has offered to go and help, but people aren't so keen for him to. He's saying get the schools open. He wants the sixth forms and people studying for their GCSEs. He wants those parts open. And I was going to do some stuff with that. And Cloaca, that's it. Oh, and the pardon. Who would you pardon? That's it. A lot of people say that looks like me. That's what. So it's fucking Julian Assange and Steve Bannon. Do I look like Steve Bannon? I'm going to look more like Julian Assange this week. You look exactly like him, Richard. You look exactly like him. You can see my tongue when I'm doing that. Oh, you're moving your tongue around. Could I play Steve Bannon? It's just embarrassing. It's awful. Why have I got old? And why do I? There was me. I've suddenly had a moment of realization. Me mocking all the hideous people who've turned up on the birthdays over the last few months, and look at me. That's a mirror image of me, and look at that awful. I could play him. Nick Elm will play Steve Bannon's son. That's very good, Andy McH. Very good. Right, I think we'll wrap it up because I've got to sort of vaguely work out what I'm going to do. Why don't you all come over to Gigless if Steve in the chat room hasn't put a link up already? Just search Gigless, Catherine Bohart. You'll find it. There's various options. You can sit in the front row and I might talk to you. I probably won't. I'm just going to do some stuff you might have heard me doing on podcast things, or maybe I'll mess around with the pubs. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. It's only 10 minutes, but I'm giving all my money of the cut of the money, which is not going to be a huge amount of money, I don't think, but it could be if you all came out. 210 people rocked up and paid £5. That would be nice. To Scope, I'm giving my fee to Scope, but also the other acts will get their share as well, and obviously not many comedians are getting money at the moment, so that would be nice. So go to Gigless now, and after this is finished, and watch a little bit more, and I'll be there about 9:15 if you're watching this on the YouTube channel. or on the podcast, don't go there. I won't be there. Shall we go out with a song? We haven't had lots of people this week, have we? No Sally this week. Yeah, no Hoary Horse. We got most of the rest of them in. We've done all right. No Jock McTavish. That's not his name. I know. I was being facetious. It's Tam O'Shanter is his name. No Conspiracy Theo. He hasn't been in for a while, has he? No. You're laughing? I'm laughing a little bit, Richard, at how many characters you have. It's too many characters. Have I done everything I needed to do? I haven't got anything else that I should have done that we've worked hard on, have we? No, we've played. There was a new King of the World thing. There was a brilliant new Peter Dibdin sketch. Might be another one of those next week if I can grow a moustache in time. Doesn't look likely. Should we go out on a song? Yeah. Let's do one for Donald. Okay. You going to sing it? Yeah. I don't know what you're going to sing, so you're going to have to sing it. Okay. And now the end is near, and so I taste the final curtain. Thy trends, I said it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've little light the soul, I troubled each and dirty die way, and not northern is, I did it my way. Oh yes, I did some things, a lot of things that I can't mention. I went in a douche, did you? Yeah. I thought that was me. And then I said, I got another kid in detention. Good, well done. I jumped into the road. I flashed out a jet plane with one of those laser pens, and it crashed and everyone died. But no, is this you or Donald Trump? Isn't he? That's northern is, I did it my way. When you said wanked in a bush, was it Kate Bush? No, it was a bush. Are we going to do every verse? I think you could go on forever. Well, I've got stuff to do. Okay. Goodbye, Donald. We'll miss you. You've been great. You've been a great president. I killed a cat. That's the Sid Vicious version. I know. And I had regrets. Let's do regrets. No. Regrets. I had a few. But then again, to few to mention. I did what I had to do. I kept some kids in detention. Is this Donald Trump? Yeah, I'm doing a parody of Donald Trump now. I tried to dethrone with North Korea, even though they want to destroy us. And no, much more than this, I was the POTUS. What, the POTUS, President of the United States? Yeah. I was not, but you've done pretty well with the improvised end this week, Ali. Thanks very much. We didn't plan this. And so you've done quite well coming up with serviceable songs. Thanks very much. I hope you've enjoyed it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you will tune in next week, where we'll work a lot harder in making this work. And we'll be back. I'll be back on Gigless in a sec. All right, kids. See you around. It's there. Bye-bye. king of the world.